Imagine holding a metal box, maybe the size of a thick smartphone.
Yeah, pretty small.
Right. And it weighs like less than a cup of coffee. But now imagine paying over $1,700 for it.
It is definitely a tough pill to swallow.
Oh, absolutely. So today, welcome to our deep dive. We are looking at the 12G-AMA-R mini converter from HDTV Supply, which is basically this, absurdly expensive but totally invisible traffic cop.
The unsung hero, really.
Exactly. It keeps your live 4K sports broadcast from just completely falling apart. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, it sounds like a ridiculous amount of money until you realize the sheer scale of the problem this little box actually solves.
Right, the whole analog versus digital issue.
Yeah. It essentially has to act as a bridge between two completely different, somewhat incompatible universes. You have old school analog audio on one side and ultra high definition digital video on the other.
Which the spec sheet calls a 4-channel analog audio embedder and disembedder, right?
Yeah.
For a 12G-SDI feed.
Yes, 12G-SDI.
Just to translate that jargon for you, that means it's pushing a massive 12 gigabits of uncompressed video data every single second.
Exactly. And it handles that flow all the way up to 4K Ultra HD. Now, stripping the audio out of that feed to send to a mixing board.
The disembedding part.
Right. That part is always active. But injecting analog sound into that massive video feed, the embedding, is where things get really intense.
How does it even manage that?
It uses this included 8-connector XLR breakout cable. So the operator can actually manually select which pairs of audio channels they want to inject.
I want to stick on that word embedding for a second, because we aren't just taping an MP3 to a video file here.
No.
I was trying to wrap my head around how this actually works for you, and here's the analogy I came up with. Think of that 12 gigabit 4K video signal like a high-speed bullet train.
Okay, I like that.
A train that never, ever stops. And between every single train car is a microscopic gap. So this device is the high-tech train station that digitizes analog audio passengers, basically.
Yeah.
And it shoots them perfectly into those tiny gaps while the train is doing 200 miles per hour.
What's fascinating here is the absolute zero tolerance for latency in that process.
Yeah.
I mean, it is taking raw analog sound waves, digitizing them instantly, and matching them to the video.
Without slowing the train down.
Exactly. Not for even a millisecond. It auto-detects the input video standard, and it even allows HDR pass-through.
Wow.
Because in live television, a 1-second audio delay ruins a $1 million broadcast. They need absolutely flawless synchronization.
Okay, so I get the audio part. But pushing 12 gigabits of data per second creates a massive physical problem.
Oh, the copper cable limitation.
Right. Copper cables start losing that signal if they get too long. So how do broadcast sets, which are often the size of literal football fields, actually connect all this gear together?
Well, that is exactly where the transmission tech comes in. This specific unit ships with a fiber LC single-channel receiver.
Fiber optics.
Yeah. By converting that massive electrical signal into light, those huge 4K video feeds can travel incredibly long distances.
Just across a stadium or a studio?
Exactly, without any signal degradation at all.
Okay, wait. I have to stop you there and push back on this a bit.
Sure.
Because I looked at the dimensions. This thing is under 6 inches long. It weighs barely half a pound.
Very tiny.
Right. And it draws just 10 watts of power, yet can somehow survive in a 104-degree room. So how does the manufacturer justify charging $1,700 for something I can fit in my back pocket?
Like, is the fiber optic port really that expensive, right?
Yeah.
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, you have to look at the stakes of live broadcasting. Physical space in a production truck or on a set is at a massive premium.
Oh, so the size is the point.
Exactly. The small size is actually a highly engineered feature, not a compromise. But more importantly, you aren't paying for raw hardware. You are paying for the total elimination of failure.
Right, because if it fails on live TV,
it is a disaster. So between the fiber optic reliability and the included 5-year warranty, professionals are buying guaranteed peace of mind. It simply cannot fail when the red light goes on.
So the price tag is really just an insurance policy against dead air.
Exactly. It's the silent backbone of the entire industry.
That really changes how you look at the media you consume. I mean, even if you never step foot inside a broadcast studio, you're relying on these tiny, unsung devices.
Every single day.
Yeah, this little AJA unit is the invisible infrastructure required to deliver those pristine 4K movies and live sports you watch.
Ah.
Which leaves me with a thought for you to mull over.
Lay it on us.
If it takes a $1,700 half-pound box of fiber optics and dedicated processing purely to manage 4 analog audio passengers on a 4K stream,
Yeah.
what staggering level of hidden microscopic infrastructure is it going to take when our daily media inevitably leaps to 8K? Because, that bullet train is only going to get faster.